let's talk about our top 10 quarterbacks. Little quarterback. Now,
this was the easiest list I've ever done.
This was the hardest.
I didn't have to look at it.
I was so conflicted. I was like, man, I was so low. I'm like, yo, I need 7 on my list somewhere. So I put him on honorable mention 10 through 1. Is that okay with you?
Wait, what, Ben?
Yeah, I needed him on my list somewhere. He's my honorable
mention.
mention.
How does that work?
He just in case he comes out of retirement. Kind of like Deshaun Watson. I got Deshaun as like a little slash.
Right.
So
I was going to ask you about that. Where you got Watson on this?
So Watson is a slash. I just... Because I don't know the situation right now.
Yeah, year off.
Yeah.
How much is he going to be suspended?
You know what I mean? So,
and there have been, I mean, if you look back last year or even throughout their careers, 10, 11, 12 quarterbacks that actually deserve to be. It's not like Deshaun Watson's coming in and we're not going to put him on our list and put some bum on. No, we got guys that actually deserve it, I think.
100%, man. Yeah, but like I said, I just felt a little weird, though, man. You know, even going back and I was looking at the guy's works from last season, and I was like, man, let's see, check out the stats. And I was looking for one of them stats to help out, you know, with that guy. You know your guy. I was looking for one of them stats, man.
Who?
You know, your guy. Because you tell me he was the best quarterback last year. So I was just trying to say, I was like, all right, it's not total yardage, okay? It's not touchdown interception rate. It's completion percentage, QBR.
Wait, my guy? I got a guy on this list?
Well, I said I was looking at the stats from last season as I was going in my formula for this season upcoming. Sure. And I kept thinking about your guy, 7. And I was just like, man, I was trying to go through the stats because I was like,
how you can get him at number 1?
Yeah, because I was like, eyeball test, it wasn't doing it for me. So I was like, all right, let me go look at total passing yards. I was like, all right, I don't like that stat. Then I was like, all right, let me go look at pass attempts because, you know, he's led the league in pass attempts before. I was like, oh, that's not it this time. Shout out to Brady. He got it this time,
Pass attempts.
I was like, dang, he wasn't even number 1 in pass attempts this year. Come on, man. Then I was like, all right, touchdown interception ratio. Nah. And I was like, all right, QBR. Nah. But I found one. I found one where he's elite. He's in the top 3, and I'm kind of happy and kind of not happy about him being in the top 3 with this. But we're gonna spin it both ways.
This is if Ben was playing this year.
Yes.
Okay.
He was the top.
So he'd be in your top 3?
He was top 3 most sacked quarterback last year. He was sacked 38 times. 40 was Matt Ryan. He was the most sacked. So I said to myself, the fact that Ben had to endure 38 times being taken to the ground and still was able to produce those numbers, that's got to count for something. And I thought that he was better than Matt Ryan. If both of these guys were getting beat up anyways, I would have liked Ben over Matt in that situation. So there.
Exactly. And Matt Ryan could probably run whatever offense he wanted down in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Whereas Ben was handcuffed.
No. Matt was in a dome.
That's true too.
So
that's 100% true too.
Anyone could play in a dome.
Yeah, that would have been my case.
Absolutely.
Ben had to go up against opposing teams, opposing defenses. A lot of those defenses were good at times, but also against our own organization.
Oh my goodness!
Absolutely. So what other quarterback had to do that?
Come on,
Ben
man.
was the only one.
Yeah, and when I saw the 30, I said that's the one thing. Like Brady got sacked a lot now. He did get sacked a lot, so that's why I say he was in the top 3.
Did he last year?
Yeah, bro. Brady got.
Did he? I'm actually surprised.
I think he got. It was like 30 something.
He didn't get hit up that bad the Super Bowl year though, right?
Yeah. Oh no, Brady got sacked 22 times last year. Yeah. The one who got sacked the most though.
The most. So Matt Ryan was 2.
Yeah, was your boy Herbert 51 times, bro.
I can see that.
I mean, not Herbert. Burrow. Excuse me. Joe Burrow 51 times. Yeah. Herbert was 31. He wasn't too far. He was 31, but 51 for Joe Burrow.
A little shocked at that. I guess he holds on to the ball sometimes, try to make some plays. Because the Bengals O-line was improved from his rookie season. Still not completely elite or anything like that. So
and Tannehill, he was
I'm
up
actually
there
shocked
too,
at that one. I'm shocked at the Burrow one.
Yeah, Burrow was up there. Tannehill was up there too. Tannehill was in the like, I want to say, he was like mid-40s. He's in that conversation as well, like in there. Yeah. No, but it was surprising me when I saw the one with Burrow. I was like, yo, 50, jeez, that's a lot of hitting, man. Yeah, but that's
well. One more thing with your one more thing with your Ben stat.
Yeah,
that's another proof, in my opinion, of the sabotage or just the coaching malpractice or organizational malpractice. Because you can't have a dude that went from the least sacked quarterback in the league from 2020, and he gets a year older, and now he's the most sacked. And obviously, we know Ben's game; he's not the most mobile guy out there. Yeah. You can't have that. And that's what the Steelers allowed to happen. It's disheartening.
It's very disheartening, bro.
I'm good with that then. We're in a new era right now.
You sure?
Yeah.
You sure?
We're in a new era.
Because it's going to be the first time that we're going to have a QB list that we've been doing this podcast that 7.
It opened up the number 1 spot for someone.
Up there, bro.
Yeah.
Like, this is the first time ever.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, it feels weird to me, man. I'm just throwing it out there. It feels really weird to me, man.
Opened up the number 1 spot.
Yeah.
Since Ben's not here, yeah, I guess someone else has to be number 1.
All right. So with
Is
that
it
being
Trubisky
said,
or
man,
Pickett? That's the question.
I thought you was going with Ola Duke. All right, and I got honorable mention Mason Rudolph, by the way. All right. Oh, and Jacob said you said his name wrong again. C-O.
I'll fix it.
Yeah, because you on name duty. I butcher everybody's name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like the butcher name guy. But we're counting on you, Deke. You got to get this pronunciation right, man. Come on, bro. All right. So, with that being said, though, man, guess we'll go ahead and do our talkity talk about our listity list. We'll do it 2 ways. Give me your 10 through... don't we go 10 through 1? Yeah, we'll go 10 through 5.
10 through 5. Okay.
Yeah, give me 10 through 5, and then we'll finish it with the 4 through 1 at the end.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
10, Derek Carr.
Okay.
9, Lamar Jackson. 8, Justin Herbert.
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
Did you say what's that? Yo, only you, D.
7, Joe Burrow.
Talk about. Do you not number them? Or you just put the names in order? Like, how you do
I didn't number these ones.
Okay. I was like, yo, what do you...
I don't know why.
You get lost, bro?
Like I said, I didn't even need to. This was the easiest list for me of all time. I just went boom, 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 boom. Didn't even have to number anything.
Okay.
Burrow at 7. Russell Wilson at 6. And we're going to 5 or we're stopping at 6?
Stop at 6, yep.
Stop at 6.
All
Russell
right.
Wilson at 6.
So 10 through 6 again. Repeat that quick for me one time.
Derek Carr.
Said Derek Carr. Yep.
Derek Carr at 10. Lamar Jackson at 9.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Herbert at 8. Joe Burrow at 7. Russell Wilson at 6.
Bro, that is actually kind of crazy.
Honorable mention.
Okay.
Only one I would have considered over Derek Carr.
Yeah.
Dak.
Fair enough. Okay.
Only one I would have considered, but I just think Derek Carr is a better quarterback.
Okay. So I'll list my...
Trust him better in late game situations.
Fair enough. So you want to give any context on them?
Yeah. Do yours first.
And then we'll do context together.
Sure. Yeah.
Sure. It's always funny when we talk these lists. It's like, yo, how do we want to do this? Do we want to talk while we're doing it and talk at the same time? Wait. Anywho. All right. So for me, man, my honorable mention, I did have Dak Prescott up there. I'm with you on that. Definitely thought about him. But at number 10, man, I have a slash because of the context we were talking about. I have Derek Carr and I have Deshaun Watson.
Right.
If Deshaun Watson, if I knew for a fact he was going to be here the whole season, I think it would be different. I think I would easily put him up here. I just don't know when or how much. And as anybody that's followed this story, the reports all over the place.
Yeah.
It's the season. It's 4 games. It's no games. It's 8 games. It's going to be appealed. Like, no one knows. All I know is we got about 2 weeks before we get a decision. So I have a slash right there. But Derek Carr, I mean, how could you not have him up there, right? I mean, basically what you said before we talked about the names on our list, we said, man, even without Deshaun Watson, we're not replacing him with a bum.
There's a legitimate case for Derek Carr over Deshaun Watson.
Absolutely.
There's a legitimate case for that anyway.
Absolutely. Not just when you think about what he did statistically, because last year statistically was an awesome season for him, but I think of what he was doing in spite of what was going on in the organization as well. Not only did he get his head coach fired in the season, right, because of the whole scandal, the emails and stuff like that, but then he also had a teammate get incarcerated for killing a person. In terms of Henry Ruggs, man. So
key piece too. We saw what Henry Ruggs did against us.
And Henry was balling at that time.
He was a huge piece for that Raiders offense. What they were trying to do, take the top off the defense.
So when you think about all of that he was able to have success through, in spite of, and then you talk about clutch moments late down the stretch in the season, man. He had some big moments, man, where he had to really make some throws and surprise
them to get in the
us
playoffs.
in a sense. Yeah. Absolutely,
think of the Chargers-Raiders game, end of the season. There was that. Also, I remember the Browns game.
That's the one. Mm-hmm.
The Browns game for sure. Now, kind of flubbed up in the playoffs, but at least he got. That's the thing.
He went on a run to get them there.
Yeah, he went on a run to get them there, and you're never gonna be perfect. Brady has had bad games in the playoffs, has made picks on last drives, so he flubbed up against the Bengals, but that's gonna happen. I still trust him in late game. I think he is in control. I've been very impressed with what I've seen with him over the last couple of years, because I wouldn't typically have Derek Carr in this range because I felt like he's limited, but he's shown a lot to me over these past couple of years. That's why I got him at 10.
Nah, without a doubt, man. So that's why I had the little slash right there. But Derek Carr is my 10.
Hey, you want this stat real quick? 30 game-winning drives since 2014.
You said
most 30 game-winning drives since 2014 for Derek Carr. Most in the NFL throughout that time.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
How far has Ben from there, though? Because I know Ben, for a while, he's been up there, right? In terms of game-winning drives.
Yeah, I think he's like number 2 or something overall all time.
All right, but then at number 9, I have Justin Herbert right here. I mean, dude's a monster, young quarterback, living it up. Just need to go ahead and get into that postseason, baby.
That's really it.
That's it. So I have him at number 9. I got Joe Burrow at 8. I thought that Joe, man, was going crazy at times last year, and especially when the whole Joe Cool, started to show up, especially in the postseason and things like that. I was really impressed with that Titans game. That's the one for me, man. Him getting sacked and hit that much and still finding a way to will his team to win. I can't overlook that. That's a big moment. That's a defining moment. And for a franchise that at that time, you hadn't seen that. They had been accustomed to like Andy Dalton, you know what I mean? Where it's like, oh man, you got moments, but when it's really gotta have it time, he's gonna fold. Joe was different. Joe really took that team and now has them viewed very differently, going forward as long as he's there. Then at number 7, I got Lamar Jackson. I mean, he's that intriguing piece to me. Like, the talent is there, is undeniable. It just depends on what you like at quarterback, because he's not an elite passer. Good passer, not an elite passer, but he's an elite
He's gotten
runner.
better.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like he's good enough to pass in the NFL, and he's already shown that. And even at times last year, we could really see him taking even more strides there. We know what his legs are. We know, in terms of him just being able to win, because that's the other part. When you talk about a guy that can just win, I don't care. Like we talk about, style points. Oh, can he throw? Can he this and that? The dude wins games. And he's been the biggest reason why they win as well. It's not a situation where they win in spite of him. They win because of him. And the MVP that he has already shows that as well. So that's why I have him at number 7. And then at number 6, I'm with you, man. I got Russell Wilson. Russ is Russ. Russ had an off year last year, but he was hurt. And then he came back sooner than what he was supposed to. And it didn't look great. But when you come back sooner than what's supposed to with a hand injury and your team isn't the best at that time, it's going to look rough. So I don't hold that against him. If it wasn't for this quarterback recently stepping up a little bit, I would have had him in top 5 anyways.
Yeah, but I'm with you. I think we're talking the same thing here.
Absolutely. Yeah. It was just, another quarterback stepped up and the recency element of it is there. But to me, man, Russ is still a heck of a quarterback. I'm excited to see what he does in Denver. I think he's going to cook out there. But yeah, it's just, he had a rough year. So that's why I have him at number 6. But just a quick recap. At number 10, I had Derek Carr / Deshaun Watson. If I knew what was going on with the fella, I would have him up there all the way. Justin Herbert at 9. Joe Burrow at 8. Lamar Jackson at 7. Russ, let that man cook. Wilson at 6.
The funny thing about Russ, his down year last year was 3,000 yards, 25 touchdowns, and 6 picks. And it was in like 13 or 14 games. Right? Extrapolate that over 17 games, that's almost 4,000 yards, like 3,800 yards and 30 touchdowns. And we're saying that's a down year.
For us, yeah. But we would also say last year was a down year for Ben. And you look at Ben, still 3,700.
Dude just wins. We talked about that with Lamar Jackson. And that's, dude, that's the one thing with Lamar. I can't believe seeing some of these rankings out here.
Bro, they weren't even including him on top 10s.
Well, that was the ESPN one, too. That was the Fowler one where it's like GMs and scouts and executives and stuff. I mean, throw the style points out the window, because actually Lamar probably had – he definitely did. It was his worst touchdown to interception ratio last year. But I saw moments in games where it's just like, dude figures out a way to win. Makes an electric play. I remember a Cleveland game, too.
The Colts game was the one that stood out to me, where it's just like, bro, how is this happening? And then he started hitting certain throws, and you're like, okay, he's really starting to take that next step. And that was when he was like that 3 to 4 week window that he was on, where he was just like electric. And we knew the whole squad was bummy, the O-line was trash, and he was the only reason. So, yeah. Yeah. And you got to include his rushing stats, too, with this, because it's just all-purpose, everything he brings to the table. And you literally got defenses, like, scheming specifically for Lamar Jackson. That is a testament to how good he is. So, 37 and 12, because I think this is really our, like, big difference, because you just have Lamar at 7. I have him at 9. That's it, yeah.
But, like, it's not a knock on Lamar with me having Joe Burrow and Herbert ahead of him.
Well, and I'm sure the recency element does play a factor in that. It's just, for me, the reason why I went Lamar over Burrow and Herbert, because, like I said, it's not just – and we've talked about this all the time. It's not just what you're projecting them to do this season. It's not just what they've done in the past. It's not just what they've done last year. It's not just eyeball test. You take it all in context together. You take it all in.
And I think it's arguable that Lamar has had a better career up to this point than Joe Burrow and Herbert. Now, it all depends on what you value a little bit. Do you value Burrow's little Super Bowl run, or do you value Lamar's MVP?
Yeah. Well, and even with his MVP, I also would point to the fact that he's had multiple seasons now where he's taken a team to the postseason. Burrow has the Super Bowl run,
right?
But that's a one-off right now. Can you do it multiple times?
Exactly. Yeah, no, you're 100% right.
With the bullseye on your back, when you're not surprising anybody anymore. Lamar, he don't surprise anybody. Think about when Lamar's coming to town. Everybody knows the game plan changes. It is hyper-focused on him. That's going to be, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert. How are you guys going to react to that when teams really start to get that folder on you and say, hey, this is how we attack these guys?
Yeah. I think my only knock for Lamar as to why I have him below those guys is last year was just a weird year for him compared to Burrow and Herbert. Injured, stats were a little bit down. But also, I have a good feeling. I know that Burrow and Herbert's game is going to age fine.
I think they will.
Whereas, Lamar, his passing has improved.
Yeah.
His passing has improved. And you know what? If I'm betting on him having a really good season this year, I would bet on that.
Yeah.
But in terms of
the window,
elite quarterback, franchise quarterback for 10 years, Herbert and Burrow, it's all predicated on arm.
I feel like Lamar, he has a 5-year window with his style of play, unless he drastically continues to improve the throwing part. Right.
Almost like Russ. Russ was always I think a pretty good thrower, but Russ really kicked up his throwing as he got more into the prime of his career.
Whereas with Burrow and Herbert, they're already there throwing the ball.
And they got the legs, especially Herbert too.
So 10 plus years, they're going to be able to do that. That's the big thing with Lamar. But at the same time, I don't hold because I feel and I don't think you do it either, but I do feel like sometimes nationally people will hold that against Lamar because they don't feel like his game is going to age as smooth as these other guys. So he
works hard,
but they try to knock him on it now. I'm like, yo, you can't knock a guy on something that could happen 5 years from now today. Or man, he gets hurt. It's like, no, he actually doesn't. Last year was the first time we ever really saw him get hurt.
Involved with him too.
This dude don't get hurt. It's not a lot of this narrative that they try to put out there on him. But
yeah, that's what I like. Dude just wins, and obviously he's humble. He works hard. So I have faith that he's going to keep getting his game into that point, where he's going to improve his passing. Because I've seen it year in and year out. So that's the only thing that I need to see from him to put him over a guy like Burrow or Herbert. I need to see the passing improve, where I'm like, okay, this is going to last for sure.
Like I said, because he's flashed it, but we haven't seen it consistently enough just yet.
Yeah. And, I mean, there is that narrative that it's tougher to come back in games if you don't have that, too. So that's another thing. Because, if Burrow Herbert get down, 14 points or something like that, they could throw it, stop the clock, get back in the game pretty easily. Whereas Lamar, I mean, I saw some of that last year, though. I saw some of the comeback. That's what I mean. Yeah. I've seen improvements. So, Lamar not being in someone's top 10, I think is ridiculous right now. Anything else? You know who could be in the top 10 based off strictly stats? Kyler Murray.
Oh yeah, but
he folds, dude.
I don't believe in him, bro. No. I do not believe in him, bro.
Nope.
I thought about him. I was like, nah. If I'm asking you right now, who would you take, Dak Prescott or Kyler Murray? One game, gotta have it. Who you rolling with?
That's tough.
That's very tough, right?
Probably Dak though. Dak. Actually, for sure, Dak.
And the fact that I said Dak to me scared me because I'm like, I know Dak because I have Cowboys fans, the family is, bro. It's I know that heartbreak's gonna look like, bro. I don't believe it. It's fool's gold. But when I look at Kyler Murray, I'm like, you're just fool's gold with a lot more confetti and excitement around it. You know what I mean? But I don't believe in it all the way, bro.
I don't either.
Yeah.
Nope. Yeah, I think in terms of honorable mentions, it would only be Murray, Prescott, and then Watson, right? Because then you're going to Cousins.
I'm not Tannehill. I was Tannehill and Cousins are in the same conversation. They're not in my top 10.
Can't do
it. San Fran, no Jimmy G right now because we don't know what that's going to look like. So no there.
If you want to project, maybe you have Lawrence, but I mean that's a big projection.
Come on, bro. That's a bigger projection than I would be more comfortable with Cousins and Tannehill than Lawrence up there. Then I thought Matt Ryan because of the situation in Indy, but I'm like, who am I taking off this list to put Matt Ryan ahead of? And that was my other part. So,
all right, 5-1.
Yeah,
do we have the same list?
I mean, we're pretty close. Names, yeah,
pretty close.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, it has to be the same
order,
5
right?
names because if you don't have any of these names on here,
there's an issue with your list, right?
there's a big issue.
It's a big issue.
All right. Number 5, Matt Stafford.
Okay.
4, I gave your boy the benefit of the doubt, Josh Allen.
Okay.
Because part of me wanted to put Stafford at 4. Just won the Super Bowl.
Right.
Amazing year.
No, I'm with you.
Josh Allen doesn't have a Super Bowl yet. Loved what I saw in the Chiefs game, though.
Yeah.
So I got him at 4. Aaron Rodgers at 3. Mahomes, 2. The number 1 spot is open up.
The GOAT.
With no Big Ben.
GOAT.
No.
GOAT.
Now that the
GOAT.
GOAT.
True GOAT. He's the true GOAT has taken his rightful place upon the throne.
Nope. Here's what happened. The true GOAT retired. That leaves the number 1 spot open. So now we got Tom Brady at number 1. That's my list.
So we are almost identical. We're 99% there.
On the top 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
At
top 5.
Yeah, at number 5, I have Matthew Stafford as well. The Super Bowl run. I mean, how could we not, right?
I kind of want to have him higher, but
I wanted to as well. I just don't feel like he's as talented as the other guys. So I think that he's a baller without a doubt, and he showed the clutch gene in that Super Bowl, especially that last drive with him and Cooper Kupp.
yeah, he just needs to do it more too.
Yeah, but I just think like talent-wise, I don't get as excited watching him as I do the other 4 names. Josh Allen, the Chiefs game was insane.
You got him at 4?
Yeah, I have him at 4. Yeah, I have Josh at 4. The Chiefs game was insane. That was his, one of his finest performances in terms of stakes being as high, the eyes on him, the back and forth, the quote unquote new boogeyman in terms of Patrick Mahomes and stuff like that. Like,
I outplayed him.
Yeah, no, he did. He definitely did, man. So I think that was my deciding factor in terms of why I had him at 4 instead of Stafford being at 4. Stafford, I mean, how could you not respect his game? That's why I have him ahead of Russ. I think that Russ is a better player, but what Stafford just did last season and actually winning the Super Bowl and having to have a defining series to do it, it's like, man, I can't take that away from him.
And beat Tom Brady on the road.
Yeah, he
when
absolutely
everything
did.
was collapsing in the second half.
Absolutely did, man.
Made the throw to get them the win.
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp.
So that's why for me, man, I have, like I said, Stafford at 5, but Josh Allen's at 4, man. I just think for Josh, either go ahead, win you that MVP, or go ahead and get you a Super Bowl, or get you an appearance. Like, that's his expectation. Anything less than that is considered a down year for him right now. So it's a good situation for him to be in, but he has to live up to it. We're going to see if he can.
And I believe he can. That's why I have him that high. If I obviously the talent and everything's here. If I didn't believe he was going to keep doing this, then I'd have him lower on the list.
No,
but like
absolutely.
What he did in that Chiefs game, bro, like mad respect right there. Mad respect.
Yeah, so that's why I have him at 4. At number 3, Aaron Rodgers.
Whoa. So we got a flop. We got a flip flop at the top.
He's coming off of back-to-back MVPs. I get it. And we know he's, in terms of the talent, he's one of the most talented quarterbacks I've ever seen. One of the most talented quarterbacks I've ever played against, without a doubt. It just, I don't know, bro.
He's got that Kyler Murray.
He does. He does. It's just like, when it's time and it's postseason and I need it, you've been leaving me hanging a little bit too many times now. And part of it is like, I also think of it kind of like in the LeBron sense of when we talk about LeBron in the finals, how people will, oh man, well, look at LeBron's finals record. Oh man, he has how many losses in the finals? It's like, bro, but he's getting there. And he's still balling out. And it's not always that he's a favorite. So I get the fact that, yes, Aaron Rodgers has lost multiple times in the NFC Championship game. He's lost multiple times in the postseason.
Yeah, some unfortunate breaks. Some on him, though.
Some on him. But like the one where the day on the I forgot the tight end.
Onside kick.
The onside kick. It's like, bro, I can't put that on him. But with Rodgers, I feel like, some of the time, it's just like I need a little bit more.
You need that dog.
Yeah, at least.
He needs to talk to Zach Wilson.
Right, and at least with LeBron went and got multiple ones. Rodgers only got one. And one appearance. That's the other part. It's like, yo, can I get another appearance for you to be viewed as like this all-time great, elite, every all-world dude? Like, I need more out you, man. But that's why
when the chips are on the line. And I'm assuming you got Brady ahead of him.
Yeah.
But not talking about order or anything specifically, but I'm just thinking if Rodgers was in the Brady scenario last year with the Bucks, where weren't the Bucks down like 21 points? Mm-hmm. If Rodgers is leading that team, are they getting back in that game and tying it up?
Because he's talented.
It's not a coincidence.
I don't think he has the dog.
It's not a coincidence. You see a bunch of that stuff from Brady all the time. Just a better leader, just a better guy you want.
But that's the thing, like
having at the front of your team.
But we've always said this about Brady, at least me and like my player circles, right? When we would talk Brady versus Ben or Brady versus Breeze, Manning, even Rodgers, we said we don't think that Brady is as talented as those guys. We just think that he just is a better player. Like, it's certain guys, they just know how to win. You know what I mean? It's like, yes, this guy can make every single throw. Yes, this guy can do everything with his legs. Yes, this guy can make all the cool little no looks and all that. But it's a certain thing that goes to when all the chips are on the line, your heart doesn't increase. You just even kill. He never falters. And it just show, like, bro, how many times we seen him do this? Multiple places now with different variations of the team, different variations of how they win. It's just like, yo, it's just nice, man. It's Brady.
You know what's a funny one that happened last year? It's not going to go down in like top 20 or top 10 Brady moments of all time, but whenever AB runs off the field with the Jets,
and they still won.
And yeah, the Bucs were down in the game, and Brady's tossing them to like practice squad guys on the final drive, and the Bucs win.
Like, yo, how?
It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny.
Yo, you got my man AB running off the back of the field. He's just like,
you guys need me. Like, you guys need me so bad. You guys ain't the same. And then Brady wins with like no names dudes. Yeah. I'm trying to even think of a name
because the one receiver like scored, and I was like, yo, who is this dude? And they're like, oh, he's out here because AB's off the field. Yeah. Yep.
It's just a testament to Brady.
No, without a doubt, man. So,
What's your 1-2?
I got Brady at 2. Brady's at 2, and this is just simple. I just feel like, man, to me, I love what Brady's been able to do. Obviously, he's aged like a fine wine and things like that, but Mahomes to me is just younger Brady. Like, when I look at Brady and we talk about those intangibles, we talk about the it factor, the clutchness, the even kill. We've seen them down big games on the road, at home, chips, push the table stakes high. Mahomes, to me, has proven to be the closest thing that we've seen to Brady in terms of just that even kill. It doesn't matter how. We've seen them down 21 points in championship games. We've seen them down double digits in fourth quarters of Super Bowls. Like, how many different we've seen his team where they're a game below 500 or they're just 500 at the halfway point. Oh, is this it? And he's just like, well, I got it. And even when you know how they're gonna play, and you know how to slow them down and attack them, and it's like, still no answer. Even when their O-line isn't the best, still no answer. And to me, it's just like, when you throw that type of intangible, which Brady has, that's the Brady staple. But you talk about a guy having the talent of an Aaron Rodgers. To me, it's like that perfect storm. And that's why we've seen Mahomes been able to come in. And he's obviously had a great situation out in Kansas City with Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy and stuff like that, and the talent at the skill positions. But when you talk about like how Mahomes has been able to take the clutchness with the talent and really just put it out there and it be a perfect blend, like, we're witnessing it in person. And I think it's no reason why, or it's no surprise why he's already had an MVP, why he's already had a Super Bowl championship, a Super Bowl MVP. He's had one of the greatest regular seasons of all time for the quarterback position. To me, it's like, man, I can't not have him at number 1 right now, man.
I have no problem with someone having Mahomes at 1.
Yeah.
You know my thinking. Game on the line. Game on the line tomorrow. Brady versus Mahomes. I'll take Brady.
I think that's the difference, though, because you said tomorrow.
Yeah.
If we're talking about tomorrow, I'm still rolling with Mahomes. If we're talking about like 2 years from now, or 2 years ago, I would have went Brady. I think it shifted for me when I saw Mahomes, San Fran, down 10, win it. And then turn around and keep winning, keep balling, keep being elite. It's like, nah, man, I don't. Everybody else on that list, I'm like, yep. If it's head to head, all right, Brady. Yep. He's
Brady did beat Mahomes though.
That's cool.
Now, granted, I'll say the Bucs defense was a decent part of that.
No, without a doubt.
Mahomes had to go up against a much harder defense.
And his O-line was trash that year. We talked about that. I want to know, would it be different though if his O-line was not banged up in that game though? Because we saw how that game was already going. And I'm just like, man, imagine if he actually had protection. Yeah.
Yeah, you never know. Brady. Yeah. This is
but you
crazy.
Can't go wrong either way. I mean, I got Brady at 2.
No, sure. No, I'm just saying. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's personal preference. But last year, it's just crazy though. Led the league in passing yards. I think people forget this because he announced his retirement. People think he's like over the. He led the league in passing yards last year and had 43 touchdowns.
He low key could have won MVP last year. It was him and Rodgers.
I told you I would have voted for him over Rodgers.
I wanted him over Rodgers too
because MVP. Who's more? I think Brady's more valuable than Rodgers to a team. And this is not to discredit your point because obviously Mahomes is clutch or anything.
Yeah, go for it.
But what was weird with Mahomes? What the hell happened in the second half of that AFC Championship game? With him,
he went on like a cold spell, right? It was weird. Yeah.
Was he concussed? I don't know what the hell happened, but that's not the Mahomes we know.
I thought it was right before halftime when it happened though. Whatever it was like going, because remember that's when it started. It was like that weird like.
Oh, they were gonna go for it. There was like a seconds left on the clock. They could have kicked the field goal, but Mahomes was like, "No, I'm gonna go for it."
Yeah, that was like the start of all the wackiness that was going on.
Just really weird. But that's obviously not the Mahomes that we know because that's more the outlier.
He's the Mahomes of the first half, the first quarter and a half.
Yeah, exactly. It was just that was really strange to me. Yeah, really strange because we also saw the week before that 13 seconds.
Yeah,
and that's more of what Mahomes is, in my opinion, for sure. I don't think there's anything else to this list to discuss, really. I mean, my only debate was maybe Stafford over Allen, but I told you what Allen did in that Chiefs game really impressed me. That
was like crazy. Yeah.
I can't say that counts as a Super Bowl for him, but that counts as for me saying, like, if I need a quarterback next year, I'll put him over Stafford, even though Stafford won a Super Bowl. Because you know how highly I value because it's not a small task to go on a Super Bowl run, win in the biggest stages.
Dude,
what Allen did last year in the Chiefs proved to me that he can do it on the biggest stages. No moment's too big for him because we saw earlier in his career where I would knock him, being like, "Bro, what happened in that Texans game? You were up 16-0. You're making these weird mistakes in the second half." I think he's over that.
Yeah,
he can go toe to toe with any of these guys, and the talent is there, if not better than almost all these guys too.
Like I said, I just think, man, he has the team around him. You know, another conversation that would be interesting is of these guys that we have on our list, who do we think has the best chance of actually like their team winning a Super Bowl next year, though? Because like I would still have Stafford in that conversation. Like that Rams team coming back.
I think all of them do actually.
See, I don't think Green Bay. I don't like Green Bay like that.
That's probably true. Yeah. They're gonna make the playoffs. They're gonna win their division.
Yeah. But I don't like Green Bay like that. Kansas City, they're interesting to me.
Ooh.
Like, I like them a lot still.
Mahomes with Juju ain't the same with Mahomes with Tyreek Hill.
Okay. Am I wrong for feeling like that?
Mahomes and Valdez-Scantling.
Am I wrong for having that sentiment? That's all I'm saying, bro.
I think you're right for, like, playoff moments, but, like, I think Mahomes is going to be fine throughout the season.
No,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think you're right. When, like, do or die, you need something in the playoffs.
Because that's what I'm thinking of.
You need a different wrinkle, and those guys might not be able to deliver it.
Like the Bucks, I think the Bucks are going to still be a good team offensively and defensively. They got their pieces coming back. I think Buffalo, they got their pieces. The Rams, I love what they still have.
We got, 4 AFC West guys in here. So that's going to be like a cannibalization there.
Oh, yeah.
Russ,
Burrow,
probably,
Carr.
I'm guessing there's no way Russ or Mahomes or Herbert are going to be off the list next year, I would guess. Derek Carr might be off the list depending on how the Raiders do against the AFC West.
Or depending on how Deshaun Watson looks.
Fair, too.
Because if Deshaun comes out, he's playing a lot. Or Trubisky, yeah. Or Pickett. There we go.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know, or anybody else.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying in terms of the projection stuff. Why I would consider, I could see Lawrence dropping like 30 with Doug Peterson down there.
Yeah.
I could see him moving up.
Ryan,
no.
I just worry about the turnovers with Lawrence, though.
Cousins is capped. I'm trying to think of young guys who are going to make the next step. I think Lawrence would be the most likely to. Actually, that's a good question.
How you feel about Tua? What about Tua? Because he has weapons now. No. He has what, bro? You see, look at the weapons he has.
I just don't believe in Tua.
I don't either, but he has the weapons, though.
I see what you're saying.
A ton of weapons.
He could have a good stat season.
Justin Fields.
Oh, they're terrible. I feel bad for him, actually. Bears are so bad. They're going to be so bad this year.
And that defense is definitely going to be a lot different, too. They're getting rid of pieces, so yeah.
They're going to be so bad.
Let me think. Who else has a young quarterback?
Because I guess you could always, if you're talking about most likely not on the list to make the list, you obviously got Murray.
You got Davis Mills?
No. Murray, Prescott, or like
Daniel
you said
Jones?
with Watson. No.
No.
Like, because that's only a few spots off.
Ooh, Richard Stone brought up Mac Jones. He was
Yeah, I could see that. I could see him being on the list next year.
He just seems so, like, bro, how can you say Mac Jones and not Kirk Cousins to me?
Kirk's capped. I don't think he's ever going to be in my top 10.
Kirk is a better player than Mac Jones, though.
I don't know about that.
You're asleep, bro. It's not even close.
I don't know about that.
You're asleep. It's not even close,
Dude,
bro.
one game.
It, bro.
Well, dude, hold on.
Stop it.
Hold on.
Stop it.
One game.
Give me Mac Jones' best game.
No. Give me this.
Mac Jones' best game of his life versus Kirk Cousins' best game, bro. It's not even close.
No. How about this?
Uh-huh.
We'll say Vikings roster.
Okay.
Because Vikings have the better roster on offense.
Okay.
Let's just say that.
There is no circumstance where I will ever take Mac Jones over Kirk Cousins today.
You give him the Vikings offense, too. Same offense. We'll just say same offense.
I'm listening to you, bro.
No matter how you want to spin it.
Mm-hmm.
Mac Jones or Kirk Cousins tomorrow for your life.
I'm going with Kirk Cousins.
Come on, dude.
I would put it like this: if Kirk Cousins was on that Patriots roster this year, they win the AFC East and they probably
No.
You realize they were only 2 games behind Buffalo, right?
No,
they weren't far behind Buffalo.
I don't think it was Mac Jones' fault they didn't win.
They won with Mac Jones, or in spite of Mac Jones, right? The 4-attempt game. You know,
dude, Mac doesn't have that much help there.
Kirk Cousins would still do more with that roster, with that offense, than Mac Jones. That's how I feel about it, bro. Like, so why do you think Minnesota's giving up Kirk Cousins that money like that? Kirk Cousins
because they're stuck.
No. We've seen
they have no other options.
We've seen teams say, you know what, F it, we'll just deal with it.
No one wants Cousins.
No, bro. Man.
Who wants Cousins?
Nah, bro. You sleep, bro.
Hear me out on this. All right, if you're saying last year, I still disagree, but I could hear what you're saying because of Mac's rookie season. Okay. It's just his first year, but Mac going into year 2.
What about Mac going into year
Cousins
2? Has made
only going downhill. No. Mac
Kirk has been here for the exact same for how many years now? For how many years have Kirk been the exact same player?
Here's my question.
Kirk is Kirk.
Do you consider last year a positive for Kirk Cousins?
I think that's who Kirk is. It's not. It's just that's Kirk.
Missing the
he
playoffs?
is super consistent. You look at him. He's in the exact. What is Mac Jones? Mac Jones. You can't even say he's that. You can't even say Mac Jones is stat pattern. So what is Mac Jones' defining characteristic?
I don't need him to be.
So what is his characteristic?
Dude came in his rookie year, led the Patriots.
So what is his characteristic?
Without much help on offense.
What is his characteristic? What you're hanging your hat on for Mac Jones? Because we can say, oh, Bill Belichick. No, he has Belichick. Come on now.
No, leader.
No, he has Belichick.
Leader wins
games.
It's
Belichick up there, man. We know that. Come on.
No,
man.
he does. I don't think Mac has much help on offense,
bro. All I'm saying is there isn't a scenario where you can make me feel like Mac Jones is a better quarterback than Kirk Cousins. Do you know what you can go with? Who's going to play longer from today going forward? No. There you go. Who's going to be in the NFL longer from today forward? Mac Jones. There you go. Because Mac Jones, he should be able to play for 10 years, right?
No.
He should get 10.
No, remove that. How about this one? Better career.
It's going to be Kirk Cousins.
No.
Well,
I wish we could make some bet on this.
Hey, look, in 5 years or in 10 years, how we want to do it, we'll go back down and we can look at it and we can talk about it. I'm rolling with Kirk Cousins. It's not like, what are we talking about, bro? What? It's Mac Jones, bro.
I think Cousins only has one playoff win. Maybe.
And it was on the road in New Orleans against Drew Brees. Where's Mac Jones at? That's all I'm waiting on.
That's a rookie year, though.
But I'm waiting on it because you're trying to crown Mac Jones after one season that wasn't even special and then say that he's better than Kirk Cousins. I'm just confused. I'm trying to figure out how.
I think already he's a better winner and leader than Kirk, yes.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
And just explain to me how.
Just because he came in his rookie season, just like that.
Think about
not much help around him.
Where was he drafted?
Patriots. But
No. What round?
First round.
Where was Kirk Cousins drafted?
No, but Kirk has
had... Just hear me. Where was he drafted?
Fourth round.
Where, though? What team?
Washington.
So, when we're talking Patriots and Washington, who has more organizational stability?
Patriots, obviously.
Okay. So, if we're talking about young quarterbacks that maybe aren't the most talented, who should be able to have success early on?
I get where you're going with this. Can you hear me out, though?
But I'm just throwing it out there. So, even if we're talking about Kirk in his Washington years.
Those Washington teams weren't bad.
I still take Kirk in Washington over Mac Jones in New England. I don't even think it's a conversation Minnesota Kirk Cousins against Mac, but I'm even going back to Washington. I would even take Washington Kirk over Mac Jones right now.
He didn't do anything in Washington, though. Like, those Washington teams were bad. I get you about organizational stability.
Why would they franchise tagging him back-to-back years like that then?
Had no other option.
What? You could draft the guy if he's that bad. If he's so
bad. They should have gave him a
month.
No. Here's what happened. RG3 goes down. Cousins comes in, and he's actually good. Like, he's good. He's solid.
Okay.
But I've seen him fool too many times in playoffs, big moment. Like, I think his typical season's like 8-8, missing the playoffs, and then when he does get in the playoffs, one and done. Outside of that one outlier year against the Saints. Whereas I don't see that as Mac Jones' trajectory.
Well, we don't know.
That would be a huge.
We haven't seen Mac Jones.
I'll just put it to you this way: I think that would be a huge disappointment for Mac Jones' career if he ends up Kirk Cousins. I think he should be better than that.
We're going to find out. I just don't think he's going to be capable of that. I think that Kirk Cousins is a really good quarterback. I just think he's never going to be an elite quarterback. And because he's never going to be elite and people want him to be there because he flashes it, it gets this false narrative created about him. And that's what you happen to be a victim of right here. Because there's no way you're going to look at what Kirk has done throughout his career in Washington and Minnesota and say that Mac Jones, what he did after that 1 year in New England, is it better than that? Like, come on, bro.
No, I'm not saying I'm not saying that. It's because it's
I'm just
obviously
going forward. Like, you think that he's a better player? Like, I don't agree with
better.
That, bro.
I'm saying he's a better player right now. If I had the ranking, if we had to go, maybe we should do that.
Yeah,
go rankings from 11 to 20 or something like that.
Man, I don't agree, man. I'm like, bro, if Kirk was
Max probably 15 for me.
If Kirk
around
Cousins
there.
was on that Patriots team last year, that Patriots team would have been a little scary. That's all I'm saying, bro. They were good in spite of Mac. Mac isn't Kirk.
I think Mac helped them.
Mac isn't Kirk. If you think Mac helped him, Kirk would have saved him. Kirk would have took him somewhere nice. Would have been over here like, yo, Belichick, he's back. Oh gosh, he's back. Would have looked at Belichick and Kirk Cousins like how we look at McVay and Stafford. That's what it'd have been. That's what it'd been.
No,
That's
well, hold on. Hear me out on this though. Kirk couldn't even do anything with that Vikings offense though.
Bro, but he's already had success. What are we talking about? And I like how whenever we talk about Kirk, we don't take into account any of the other stuff that we'll allow for other players. When you talk Ben, O-line, running back, wide receivers, drops, this and that. When it's Kirk Cousins, none of that. It's just he's a bad player.
I've seen him
even though statistically, it's like, bro, you see what he's done. Like, bro, my man Kirk has done what he's needed to do. It's the reason why he was one of the first quarterbacks to get a fully guaranteed contract as well. Your boy Seven didn't even get that.
Lying to you, dude.
Oh, now the stats is lying. Come on, man.
I've seen it too many times with him. Come on, man. Great game, great stats for a game, great fantasy quarterback at times. Fourth quarter, I need something from you.
Okay.
Yeah. It's sad. I don't even mind Kirk Cousins as the person. I just don't want him as my quarterback.
It's just, and that's fine. But it's a difference when you're saying that Mac Jones is the guy that you would want over him. That's the issue. Yeah. Because I don't think that either one of us is saying that we want Kirk Cousins to start our franchise and that's who we want to hang our hat on. But when you're talking Kirk Cousins versus Mac Jones, I think that that's a difference. That's like when we're talking like Ryan Tannehill. Are you taking Mac Jones or Ryan Tannehill too?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we definitely don't agree then. All right.
Tannehill's good. I've seen enough from both their careers. They're done. Like I said, if Mac Jones has the careers that they've had, I think that's a disappointment to Mac Jones.
Okay.
And I think Mac Jones should only be getting better.
Okay.
He should be.
Why?
Come in rookie season.
Did you was he good in the postseason last year? Because he didn't look good down. He didn't look good down there.
Learning experience.
He didn't look good in that. Down the stretch. That's all I'm saying. You say it should be getting better. I'm just like
learning
it
experience.
didn't look like it was getting better.
If my premise is correct that I do think Mac Jones is a winner and a leader, then yeah, I think it's only up from here.
So then, is Mac Jones higher trajectory than Kyler Murray? Is that what I'm hearing next? Then
that's a debate. Kyler's got to get it together.
But up until this point, who would you say is a better player?
I would have Murray on my, like, if we did the list, I would have Murray higher on the list. I think it's a debate. I do think it's a debate, like, going forward, because you're right. We've only seen one of Mac Jones. I'm projecting a little bit here. We'll see. It's close. I think it's close right now. We'll see what Mac Jones does this year, because Kyler Murray's track record, good stats, but again,
a better player though. He is a better player than Mac Jones.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
Yes. Yeah. But if we go Kyler versus Mac's rookie years, I think it's arguable.
You think it's arguable?
Yeah.
I don't agree, but
I don't think Mac really had much around him up there with New England. Like their offense doesn't have like
New England
world burners or anything.
Kyler went into Arizona. I know what Arizona was like because he came the year after I left when they tried to switch it up even more for him.
Dude, New England.
What?
New England's not the same without Brady.
They went to the postseason this year.
New England. I know. I think that's because of Mac Jones.
No, it's because of Belichick and the defense as well. We're not going to do
part
this.
of it.
Come on, man. Like, are we serious
part of
right
it.
now? Why you love Mac Jones so much, man?
No, I think he's a leader and a winner.
I know.
I think he's a leader and a winner.
I know why.
What's up?
Cause that's the Kenny Pickett. Yeah, I got you. He's supposed to be Kenny. I got you. Yeah. So
that's a good comparison.
So Mac Jones and Joe Burrow go forever be elevated on your list because those are the guys that Kenny Pickett has been referenced to.
No, not at all.
It makes sense. Let's go. And I'm with you, bro. I was trying to figure out where this love for Mac Jones was coming from.
No.
And now it makes sense to me. All right, that's cool. Does he wear 2 gloves too, or he wear 1 glove?
No.
He might wear a glove. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying. I think Mac Jones got. We were going back to like who could make it in the top 10.
Yeah.
Next year, I think he's got a good chance. Yeah, like him and Trevor Lawrence, I think.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they'll have to be in that conversation then probably.
Like I think when we're talking about
like young guys too.
when we're talking about Cousins and Tannehill and all that, it's like they're I think they're forever in that teen range to 20ish.
Yeah. Let me think. Who else is a young quarterback that's in the league right now? Because none of the draft
you
pick
could talk about
guys
Zach Wilson. I mean, is it his time? It might be his time. Keep the momentum going.
His time in the streets, man. Hey, man, let him live a little bit, man.
Exactly. I guess Trubisky, legit, if he has the MVP type of season, then yes, he would be in the top 10, I would assume.
Yeah, I mean, now that. All right, fair. Because I'm like, yo, they gonna say about Daniel Jones next. If Daniel Jones had MVP type season, man, he in that conversation too. I'm with you.
Nah, yeah, Jones, he's on his last leg.
Hey, but he got a new coach, and that coach is the reason why we're so excited about Trubisky.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So you think Jones got a little something in him this year?
Why are we so excited about Trubisky? Because he was where? Under who?
Brian. So what, are you saying Jones maybe top 10-ish? He's got the talent.
I'm just saying the same excitement that we have for Mitch, part of it was because of who he was learning under.
Right.
All I'm saying is Daniel Jones, he's under that same guy now. So, I'm not going to put him in that top tip, but I'm just, narratives.
If we did projections though.
Yeah.
Like dark horse.
Right.
Dark horse candidate.
Super dark horse. But see, I'm calling for the switch Rooski. I need Tyrod to beat him out early on and get hurt. Because Tyrod, that's the model.
And then D Jones saves his career.
Come on, bro. It worked with Herbert. It low key worked with Baker. That's what I'm saying, bro. It's Davis Mills. Come on, man. You see the pattern. So I need Tyrod to beat him out early on, which he's more than capable of. I just don't know if the politics.
I got a dark horse pick. pick.
Oh, here we go.
Jameis Winston.
Ooh, how we didn't say Jameis?
That's a good in terms of just could be on the list next year.
I forgot about Jameis. Because he don't really have. Yeah.
Drops a 30 piece next year. Saints make the playoffs.
He was on one before he got hurt.
That's what I mean.
And they happen to have Brady's number down there too.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad call.
Yeah, I can see James. James is interesting. I just don't know. James, I feel like he's gonna lose it. You know how James goes, bro. I feel like James gonna have us feeling like, yo, we believe in him. And then
5-pick game.
Come on, bro. No, it's James. He could be doing his blinking.
It's gonna be against the Bucks
he
for the NFC South.
Blinking like he can't see, talking all crazy. You know how you get it all. Yeah.
Well, he did get LASIK a couple years ago.
I know, but this is James, man. I just feel like James just be doing funny stuff for no reason. Like they'll eat the W thing. Like it's like, yo, he was dead serious. But to everybody else, it's like, yo, this is hilarious.
It's like Ray Lewis, kind of.
Yeah, but he's like great value Ray Lewis. That's
exactly.
The difference. Yeah.
At least you could Lewis has done some stuff in the league. Right. Probably the defensive player or one of the top 3 defensive players during his tenure.
Right.
Because I remember hearing a story about we're getting off track a little bit. That's my bad. But Flacco saying, and this is Flacco. He wasn't that good. He wasn't shit before he won that Super Bowl. He's still. I mean,
he's elite now.
It's kind of like a lucky Super Bowl run. But anyway, even he'd be in the huddles and laughing. And he said and just I can't take this. I can't take this Ray Lewis stuff seriously.
He says some outlandish stuff, bro. And it's like every story got to be bigger and better. It just was here. Bro, every story can't be here. I'm one of them dudes too. When you start, every story is always up here. It's certain guys that me and you know that always tells a story that has to be one up and one. And we're just like, bro, I just check out yo, I can't believe you. I can't go with you on this way here, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, is that the list?
That is the list though, man. So shout out to the list though, man. I like it.
Good stuff, dude.
Definitely good stuff,
list,
man.
We had the same players, right?
Yeah, I think
just in different orders. Lamar flipped and Brady and Mahomes flipped.
Yeah, because the one name that both of us didn't include, but we thought about was Watson, and we said Dak as honorable mention. Yeah.
Dak honorable mention, and like I said, Kyler honorable mention based off stats, but no. Yeah. Just no.
No, I like it, man. All right.